Well, Donald Trump has officially accepted his party's presidential nomination as he took the stage speaking at the Republican National Convention. And the way he was introduced with an over 1 minute compilation of him dancing. This was the first public address for the former president since he narrowly escaped an attempted assassination at a rally in Pennsylvania last week. So that's now final. Donald Trump will officially be the Republican candidate at the November 5th presidential election, his third bid for the top job. Welcome to Mad World, our weekly Culture Wars wrap. Let's get into it. And while it was Donald Trump's first public address after last week's shooting, according to the Republican candidate, his address will also be the first and last time he speaks about the ordeal.
I started to, like this, turn to my right and was ready to begin a little bit further turn, which I'm very lucky I didn't do, when I heard a loud whizzing sound and felt something hit me really, really hard on my right ear. I said to myself, wow, what was that? It can only be a bullet. And moved my right hand to my ear, brought it down. My hand was covered with blood.
And of course, the details described from Donald Trump about his narrow escape prompted some social media users to throw their support behind his presidential bid. One person wrote, "Success is the best revenge. America is unified under President Trump." While another online user described his address as an emotional moment. Not happy with the way the Secret Service failed to prevent the assassination attempt against Trump, a few Republican leaders confronted Director Kimberly Cheatle at RNC demanding answers.
I'm going to tell you the answer. The answer to us. The answer to us. This is exactly what you were doing today.
This was an assassination attempt. You owe the people answers. You owe President Trump answers.
Go.
Donald Trump continued his address describing the United States as a nation in decline.
Under the current administration, we are indeed a nation in decline. We have an inflation crisis that is making life unaffordable, ravaging the incomes of working and low-income families, and just simply crushing our people like never before. They've never seen anything like it. We also have an illegal immigration crisis, and it's taking place right now as we sit here in this beautiful arena. It's a massive invasion at our southern border that has spread misery, crime, poverty, disease, and destruction to communities all across our land. Nobody's ever seen anything like it.
But it was Donald Trump's dedication to his wife Melania that caught the attention of the internet.
On this journey, I am deeply honored to be joined by my amazing wife, Melania. And Melania, thank you very much. You also did something really beautiful, a letter to America calling for national unity, and it really took the Republican Party by surprise. I will tell you, it was beautiful.
While Trump has gathered many celebrity supporters, it was Hulk Hogan's address that was described as outstanding.
Enough was enough! And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
Over to the Democratic side now, where Joe Biden is still under intense pressure by even some of his own party members to step aside from his re-election bid. The White House has been in overdrive, getting the president out on media appearances to prove he is cognitively fit to serve for another 4 years in office. But it hasn't gone down too well. While appearing in an interview with Black Entertainment Television, the president had a bizarre reason for why he thinks he's losing the support of black voters.
I think that, and one thing does change, it's not an excuse, an explanation. I would ordinarily be going through black neighborhoods on the foot, working through the neighborhoods. I have a tradition. I close every campaign, no matter what campaign, going into the projects and going down the east side. And, hey, Joe, well, how you doing? Everybody, well, just because they're my friends, let them know I'm still there. We can't do that now. Not because of the black community, because it's too dangerous for me to be out walking unaccompanied. So what I'm doing now is trying to keep in touch with as many of my black constituents and letting people know that I'm available. I'm available. It's a reason why I got involved in politics in the first place. Not a joke. Not a joke. Everybody deserves a shot. Everybody deserves a shot. And we've demonstrated, you give them a shot, they step up. They step up in every community. That's why the black community is doing as well as it is now. And it's going to do better.
President Biden then went on to forget his own defense secretary's name in the interview.
And so it's all about treating people with dignity. And it's about making sure that, look, for example, look at the heat I'm getting because I named the Secretary of Defense, a black man. I named Ketanji Brown. Because of the people I've named.
Earlier in the week at the Republican National Convention, it was Donald Trump's eldest granddaughter, 17-year-old Kai, who stole the show.
To me, he's just a normal grandpa. He gives us candy and soda when our parents aren't looking. He always wants to know how we're doing in school. When I made the high honor roll, he printed it out to show his friends how proud he was of me. And he calls me during the middle of the school day to ask how my golf game is going and tells me all about his.
But The View host Whoopi Goldberg told the show that don't fall for the Republican PR scheme.
For me, I have a lot of faith in the American people. And I don't know very many men who want to be talked to the way that this man has been talking to men in his audience. I don't know any women, and I know his grandchild was up on the thing, and they're trying to humanize him and change your idea about who this guy is. Don't fall for that.
Trump, you're talking about. Yeah. Talking about Trump.
And newly announced vice presidential candidate for the Republican Party, J.D. Vance, also stole the show when he gave a shout out to his mother in his address.
And I'm proud to say that tonight my mom is here, 10 years clean and sober. I love you, Mom.
In the midst of the presidential campaign, Joe Biden was struck down this week by a case of COVID-19, and it was revealed that he will be recovering from his home in Delaware. While White House Dr. Kevin O'Connor says that the president is doing well, MSNBC host Joy Reid came under fire for comparing Biden's coronavirus to the assassination attempt of Donald Trump.
Question that I have on that. These two men are both elderly. Donald Trump is an elderly man who, for whatever reason, was given 9 seconds to take a iconic photo op during an active shooter situation. Weird situation. We'll figure that out one day. But his survival of that and bouncing right back and going right to his convention is being conveyed in the media world as a sign of strength. This current president of the United States is 81 years old and has COVID. Should he be fine in a couple of days? Doesn't that convey exactly the same thing? That he's strong enough, older than Trump, to have gotten something that used to really be fatal to people his age. So if he does fine out of it and comes back and is able to do rallies, isn't that exactly the same?
And finally, speculation is mounting that Joe Biden will step aside from his bid over the weekend. This clip has gone viral of journalist Mark Halperin claiming the president has given in to the pressure from fellow Democrats.
Carl, according to multiple Democratic sources, this is happening all of a sudden. Everyone said it would happen gradually and then all at once, and that's what's happening. According to my sources, President Biden has agreed to step down as the Democratic nominee.
Oh, man.
It will happen as early as this weekend. A speech has been drafted for him. He will continue on as president, is his intention. He also will not, I'm told, endorse Vice President Harris as his successor. They're hoping that he will endorse an open process.